In today's Health Alert, tomorrow's the big day as millions of Americans will head to the polls to vote. The final countdown has many people feeling anxious and on edge, but there are some steps you can take to help yourself sooner than later. Our chief health editor, Dr. Nandi, joins us now to talk about election anxiety. And Doc, it's on all of us. I mean, what are the symptoms and how do you see this affecting people?
Yeah, lots of my patients are asking about this, Glenda, you know, about election stress, right? With Michigan being a swing state, right? People are feeling the pressure no matter who they're voting for. And now the American Psychological Association says that election-related stress is at its highest level compared to the last 3 elections. And their latest survey showed that 77% of adults, that's big, feel the future of the nation is a big source of the stress. And this isn't limited to one party. It's affecting 80% of Republicans, 79% of Democrats, and 73% of independents. So what is election anxiety, right? It can show up in all sorts of ways. People might feel overwhelmed, anxious, irritable, worried, or even fearful about the outcome. Physically, it can cause headaches, muscle tension, trouble sleeping, bad dreams, and fatigue. Mentally, some folks may feel a sense of dread, helplessness, or a loss of control. This can create tension in relationships. And Glenn and I talked about this before this session, and especially with people who have different political views, and it can spill over into our work and our home life.
Yes, and friendships and relationships and family even.
It's too bad.
So how do we manage the stress and anxiety over the next few days at least?
It's an important question, right? There are many ways to ease some of the stress. And first of all, you have to set boundaries to protect your peace. Avoid political discussions, please, with people who tend to stress you out. Also, limit your social media use. Get the info you need, but avoid endless scrolling, right? And I highly recommend going for a walk, getting some exercise as it releases endorphins that can lift your mood. If you can, spend time in nature as it's calming. If you meditate, even a few minutes will help you feel centered. In addition, connecting with loved ones in person or even on the phone can really do wonders. Another great thing to do is focus on one of your senses. So, for example, think about the smell of homemade cookies. And how it makes you feel, right? And does it remind you of simpler times? And if yes, fire up the oven, start baking, and let that comforting aroma fill your home. And it also really is important to be aware of your thoughts, especially at night before going to bed. Instead of thinking about the worst case scenario, right? Remind yourself that we've been through elections before and we will get through this one again. It's a stressful time, but election anxiety tends to fade over time. So hang in there and be sure to vote if you haven't already. And to me, I have a lot of faith in humanity, and I think that no matter what, we will be okay. Having people create scenarios in their mind that, you know, all kinds of bad things are going to happen, I would stop doing that. I think we'll be okay.
All right, well, that's encouraging, Doc. Love the old school, didn't you? Take a
I love
walk,
it.
count to 10.
Exactly.
But it works.
And if you don't want to bake cookies, you can bake something healthy too if you want.
All right, well, if you have a health question for the good doctor, you can email him, Dr. Nandi, at askdrnandi.com, or send it to us on Facebook or X. We'll get it to him.